Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Please turn on your bell, subscribe, like, share, and comment. Watch the whole video. Today we're going to do another story time. The Swingers. I thought he killed her. For real. Anyways, I want you guys to come back. I have reactions, food reviews, product reviews, and more. So if you don't like my story times, come back and watch something else. Even positive affirmations playlist. Come back.
Eat it like pie, and they only have you. Oh, perceived as a fool, perceived right through all the things that they do. Play it like it's cool, like the ice on these jewels. Really eat it like pie, they only have you. Oh, perceived as a fool, perceived right through all the things that they do. Play it like it's cool, like the ice on these jewels. Really eat it like pie, and they only have you.
Okay, so the Swingers. I thought he killed her. Okay, so I had a good friend, and she was really a really good friend of mine. I met her. She actually helped me. So that's how I met her, and she was very helpful and nice to me. And she's a really nice person. But the longer I knew her and met her, the longer you can see my veins. I'm sorry, but anyways, you can see my veins. They're bothering me. Okay. Anyways, the longer I knew her and her husband and her family, the more I learned about them. And they were different. I've done a lot of different things myself now, but they were a little more different, a little more, off the chain. They weren't just like off the chain or off the leash. They had basically gotten off the leash, off the chain, and came from the whole backyard and was in a whole nother neighborhood. Okay? Basically. But anyways, they were swingers, and they indulged in a lot of different things. And the husband was, really, really different and a little freaky. And, you know, hey, which none of these things were a problem at all for me or them. We were, everybody was okay. Now, I did think he was a little weird, so I didn't necessarily trust him. I mean, she, didn't mind him, flirting or ravishing other women, me, or just whatever he wanted to do, she was down. So I really didn't think, a whole lot of it, but I never really wanted to not like necessarily be alone with him or my bangs are just, I don't think they should be that way. Um, I don't think that I didn't think that it was maybe safe. I mean, I just would be uncomfortable. I would be uncomfortable maybe if to be, I just didn't feel right. But anyways, one particular day, I hadn't heard from her, and I get this boom, 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 boom at my door, and I'm like, what the hell? And I got to give these people different names, so I'm just gonna call him Jay. We'll call him Jay. So he's like, it's Jay. It's Jay. And this is this tall man, like tall, like big, a huge voice. He's like, it's Jay. And I'm like, what the world? He was like, come on, uh, get your purse and stuff and lock up. Misha needs you. Misha needs you now. I'm like, I felt uncomfortable because I'm like, she would have called me if she needed me. And I was like, she hasn't called me or said anything. He said, I know, but she needs you. I'm trying to tell you. So I said, I don't want to, I'm like, okay, what in the world? So I tried to text her and I tried to call her. And I'm like, she's not saying anything. And then I'm like, she hasn't called me or, and he's like, look, I'm trying to get your help. And I'm like, what do I do? You know, what do I do here? I mean, and he looked so serious. Like, I mean, I'm like, oh gosh, what do I do? So I said, okay, just go. And so I got in the vehicle with him. When we got to their house, the house was just completely quiet. And it was pretty dark as well. Like, I'm like saying to myself, what the hell have I done? You're always trying to help and you're always doing dumb shit. What have you done? You're fixing to get your ass killed and raped. You dumb bitch. I'm like, what have I done? And so I was like, well, where is she? You know? And he was like, Misha. And nobody says nothing. And I'm like, so he's just like playing me and he's about to rape me and I better run out of this door. He's just like, Misha. So he tells me, you can go in there with her. I'm like, well, first of all, I don't even hear Misha talking back. You know, like, no. And so he went in there, and it was like he was talking to himself. Seriously. I'm like, what the world? And I'm like trembling. Like, I was so freaking scared. I'm like, what is about to happen to me? Or what has happened to her? Because he's like talking to himself. I'm like, I don't hear no damn Misha. I ain't walking my ass back there. I'm finna walk out this door and run. And it was like in the boonies, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had property, like, just, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God. So finally, he's like, Misha, and he's just talking and stuff. He was like, Misha told you to come back here. I'm like, I still don't hear no Misha. He was like, come here, girl. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I get back there. I see a body, but it's covered. Like, there's cover all over the body. And then I'm like, Misha? Misha? And at first she didn't say nothing. And I'm like, what the? I'm like, oh my God, he gonna try to frame me for this or what in the hell? So she finally slowly pulls the cover from her head and starts crying. And she had surgery in here. Like, her teeth were like gone. I think she had got some type of infection. And so, in all honesty, he was just trying to help her. She didn't want nobody to see her. She didn't want to tell nobody. And he just felt like she would be comfortable, like, to talk with me and to see me. But he just wanted to, I guess he just wanted to help her and everything. But she was okay. And I cheered her up or whatever and sat and, talked with her or whatever. And so she wasn't dead. He didn't kill her. And he didn't come and kill me or frame me for killing her. Yeah, so she was alive. So, yeah, that's the end of the story. I don't know. What did you think was about to happen before then? I don't know. Did you like my story? Do you like me? Do you want me to do more story times? Come back, share, subscribe, watch my reaction videos to food reviews, product reviews, ASMR, just some of everything. Come back. Check me out. I got more stories. Um, I don't know when I'll just come back. I talk too damn much. I love y'all.